And you too. Besides liking new things, you're also a practical guy, right?
Exactly. Okay.
It's because, as you said, you could have kept using the AMP at the shows, and the crew would carry and set it up for you. You'd just show up ready to play, and everything would be fine.
But it doesn't really work either.
Oh.
There was a time when we traveled with 2 Mavericks and a full setup. Man, until the day that the plane, right? Everyone knows how the crew is. Affectionately, they carry our bags, right? Grab it and...
When he sees it's a guitar case, he says, "This is it."
So I got up to play, the first song started, and I began to warm up a bit. Dude, during the second song, the amplifier started smoking. The guys managed to break the power supply base. Did you have a backup? It was one for me and one for Celcinho, 2 amps. Then the house indeed had another amplifier. I think it was a Fender, a twin reverb. They set it up, I played through it.
It was saved by a twin reverb. It changed the sound.
Totally.
But that's what we have for today.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. What technology? She's amazing. Sorry, we were just saying hi to someone here. It's not like that, right? Wow, what is Juninho doing, right? Because we're at TDT, you guys need to understand. We're here at TDT. There's noise, there are people, noise people, we just go through it. Hey, hello, guys. The digital, it's really convenient. Think about it. Everywhere you go, you have the same sound. You poke it, it's the same sound. But the acoustics are the same sound, but it's the same sound. The microphone, back in the day, you would pass the sound, the guy, it would happen, right? The guy would walk like this, bump into the microphone, and the microphone would come off. Done. You already had a different sound?
There was a sound. If you walk 2 centimeters, it changes, man, yeah.
And that went, can I tell a silly story?
Go ahead.
I had just gotten this Bogner from the United States. It didn't even have a serial number. Because the owner of Bogner, as I was leaving like on Monday, Felipe, right? His friend, he had the friendship there with John, I forgot the name. There are 2, right? There's the genius and the guy from...
Genius and fool.
The genius and the businessman, there are 2 people like that. Really cool.
Forgot names of 2.
I forgot the names of the 2, just so you understand that I forget everyone's names. That's why I mentioned Vinicius. I think it's you, but I'm not sure.
What's Vinicius's first name?
I don't,
Magnus.
Magnus? You see, I forgot that too. So, there wasn't even a serial number. Dude, we went to pick up Bogner at his house because I had to leave early on Monday. All right. I brought it to Brazil and stuff. We went to do a show. Can you believe the kid went to get a gel filter from the light grid? Then, the grid came down at the last minute when the gel filter fell. Before the show, the grid came down. Instead of putting up the ladder, he climbed on top of my amp.
What's up, nigga?
He knocked over my amp.
Is it back to normal?
Dude, so it played, but it was all dented, you know? No, I didn't see my team. They saw it, and when there's news, you'll only find out after the show. Oh.
Judge, you don't even know what happened exactly. It was a good show, wasn't it? But let me tell you something.
He fell on the ground, Jack. Jack hit the plug at the show. It was like this, with the board all crooked. So, our technician got in touch with the sound company. It goes like this, look. A friend of ours is coming from the United States. And he's going to bring this amplifier, another amplifier, and this one you can keep for the same price. Everything's set for you guys. You're going to get a Bogner at the price from the United States, but it stays with you. Because he said, no, we'll fix it. You can't guarantee the tube amplifier that fell on the ground because it affects the hot tube. It was hot, you know that. It's like a light bulb. You take a hot light bulb and shake it. The filament, right? It's hot, it expands, so it changes everything. Because the guy said, we'll fix it, so we'll buy it. Then he said, all right, then you can buy it. Did you really buy it? They bought it? You're going to buy it at the price from the United States. And then the guy brought another one for me.
Is the guy struggling? Huh. What lesson did the guy learn there?
No, and like this, we did that to avoid any problems. Because otherwise, sometimes the kid would get fired. Yes. It's not that he was being malicious, but he just didn't think He forgot that the box had wheels, and when he lifted it, everything rolled around.
Anyway, so man, about the quad cortex, it's basically that there's no turning back. But are you satisfied? He learned how to handle the thing. You mastered it. Because at first it's not that simple. You did well right away.
I think it's very intuitive. It has that drag and drop feature where you press, hold, and throw it away. You drop the effect, you swap it in the chain like you click, hold, drag, and throw it over here, come over here. That's really cool.
And compare, did you get to test the competitors there? Fractal Kemper?
I spent good time with it. Fractal, I just tested it, you know? I've played with it, right? I spent a good amount of time with the Kemper. I've used it for quite a while. I also played, I don't have one, but I have friends who do the Helix. There's a Boss GT1000, which is really cool, man. I have that GT1000 core. Dude, it's really good. It's tiny, practical, fits right in your bag. And if you want to make a sound, you can, it has a great sound. With it, did you understand? Doesn't have, let's think about it this way. There are two products in different price ranges, right? Yeah, the Quad Cortex, it costs, in the United States, it costs almost $1,000.
Right. More, right.
No, it costs $1,700.
Except on field.
It was $1,800. And now it's $1,700.
Price dropped, right?
A little bit, yeah, because they did, I don't know, because the price dropped. But let's round it up, okay? More than 10,000 reais there. Almost 10,000 reais, about 10,000 reais.
It's about 20 grand.
And then you get a GT1000, right? Dude, it costs there in the United States $600. So the price difference is really big. And for what it delivers, it's, man, I think it's amazing.
Have you ever used it in a show? Anything. A lot, a lot. Ah, so you've used it too.
Yeah, a lot. And you can also open the stereo. You can use two different amps. I use it on the guitar a lot too. Wow, you don't even have to go far. The guitar sound you heard in Humanos is all with it.
Well, but I'm using the Quad Cortex on the guitar, and there the GT1000 on it.
And the GT1000 with the impulse response equalizer and everything else on the guitar.
And what did you use there on the guitar specifically?
I set up an impulse.
It's really based on something.
Guitars, there are days.
What a way, right? There you go, guys. Grab it, grab the bull, yeah. More questions there from Vinicius. I don't think I'm even going to get to mine, which... I'm in place.
I'm talking much.
He doesn't talk, but it's great just like that because it's good. Yeah. I think that one asked if he likes to do the programming and thinks about the years he's played to make the films. You're even saying that now you're thinking about spending some time back home? Turn on all the amps and do the captures, right? That's simple to do, right?
Yes, but to answer his question, I usually use the amps that I know. So for example, Bogner. I use Bogner a lot. Marshall, I use it, but I often like Friedman, which is based on Marshall. But I like the bass of the Friedman a bit more than the Marshall.
But you're using what already comes in the Quad Cortex itself, and not your captures, right?
Some of mine from pedals, but not from amps. The amps are theirs.
And do you think it's even silly to want that? If there's a Bogner there, making your Bogner, for example, if it's the same one.
So that's where curiosity comes in, right? I'm really eager to see it. Because there's that thing, like I have to tweak a lot on what's coming. Not tweak a lot, but I have to tweak. In mine, I'll probably do it the way I probably already use it.
Here's a picture of the equalization that's there.
That's right, that's right. So I'm going to mic it up with the mics that I like. That's a Sennheiser, the Lollipop there, the 906, right? 906, I usually use three. One 906, one off axis, right? In the corner, one strategically in the center, and 157. It's kind of like that too, Quad. So I want the microphone the way I've always used it, and I want to capture that sound.
You're going to do all of this by yourself, really? You come here. Yeah, I do.
I remembered. I have a cabinet that I'm in love with. It's the same cabinet that Andy Timmons uses. It's a Bug 2 with 12 speakers. Man, I love the sound of this cabinet because it doesn't have that mid cancellation like the 4R12 does, right? Because the 4R12 has a slight mid cancellation, and I even talked to Andy Timmons about it. He said, man, this cabinet for me is the coolest of all. So I want to use this box with the Bogner and the Traxxas too. And with the Mavericks too.
It's really a kid. It's really a kid. I'm here for fun. The guy is blocked. Oh my god. The guy has been doing this all day.
Not the whole day, several days, right? Actually, I remembered. Mateus and I, we have this idea. For an hour, we close ourselves in the studio and start cloning everything.
Is it a good idea?
We have this idea. We talked about that the other day.